What is up, everyone? Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, July 24th, 2025. Steve is in St. Louis at baseball today and tomorrow. So it's just me for Power Hour. Right now, the Dow down 220, Nasdaq's up 94, S&P is up 16. What have I done today? This morning I was at my son's football scrimmage. I did rock an Elmo, one in each account that ended up closing them out about 20% profit target. So it was, I think Price had just pushed. I was kind of watching Price on my phone, and it had just busted out here, and it was going against me. So it was literally at about 24% profit target, and so I just closed it. It looks like it would have went against me. I don't know what it would have ended up being, but I was happy with 20%. I did a TLC trade that was I booked 20%, and then when this bar started growing here, I closed it. And good thing I did, because, and I usually don't do that. It's just kind of how I'm trading a little bit different, where I'm using a little more discretion over my rules. But looks like it probably would have been stopped out and then would have been reversed. Probably would have been a scratch trade. But instead, I think it was like an $800 and some profit. So, and then I have, I took my discretionary Woogas, and what are they doing? They're looking good, because 63.75, where price is right now, is a pin for my discretionary Woogas. Yeah, I've got one up 35% and one's up just a little bit. Looks like if one keeps going up, it's going to go against that one. But let's see. Show you what they look like here. Always got to change the screen. So hoping price will just kind of just calm down right here. So here's my two Woogas combined. So as you can see, I've got a break even between 67 and 82. So just price could just fall asleep right here. That would be outstanding. So things looking promising. Hoping we don't have any type of crazy action here. Really, price it's been in about a 20-point range all day, so it hasn't been too bad. Although it has had a few times when it had some dicey moves, given the small premium that you could get. So this big rip up. The Woogas are discretionary for me on Thursday. It's not, the back test is Monday, Tuesday, Friday, but I'll sometimes, based on price action, launch them on, like I did yesterday. I hit profit target yesterday. But I saw on this push up, so it was about this push up right here. There was a bunch of juice that got pumped in, and so when price came back down to right here at 120 Central, premiums were kind of juiced. So I went ahead and launched my my Ewuga at that time. And then price came down, and I launched my next one right about when this drop happened. I was like, well, I didn't like that drop, but it came right back, so all good. So that's me for today. Would like price to just kind of fall asleep right here and stop going up. we could just chop around 63.75. Well, in terms of the Goog and the Tesla trade from earnings, I tell you, every time I pick to do those trades, they're just losers. I mean, it's just I'm 1 in 7 doing those that Steve does. 1 win and 7 losses, and I've already chalked up Tesla as a loss, so that's 1 in 8. In fact, I was really tempted yesterday. My hunch was Goog up, Tesla down, just with everything Elon's had going on, away from the company, back with the company, trying to launch a new political party. Now he's stopped doing that. It's just been he's been all over the place. So I was really leaning to go against Tesla to the downside, but I did not. So it's just going to be a losing trade. So my hope is Goog. We can get some up movement for tomorrow for Goog. That is my hope. Price must still not want to just rest. Now it's continuing to push up here. So it needs to just settle down. NASDAQ looks like it's approached new all-time highs again. I don't want, with my Woogas, I don't necessarily want them to rip all the way up there. But that's my trades. What's Goog doing? Let's see. Goog is, it hasn't been doing much today. Just it's kind of come all the way back down and lost everything that it gained after the bell yesterday. So let's see where it's sitting at. My Goog earnings. Let's see here. I always got to change the stream. I'm not sure how Steve just pulls it over. Okay, there's my Woogas, and it needs just hold on there. It doesn't need to go up any higher. Yeah, there's Goog. So break even needs to come up about 2 points by tomorrow. So sure would love to see that. Was really hoping to get some push up, a little bit of up move today. So the closer to 75, the better for my Woogas. But that's all for me today. Yeah, pushing up. Need her just to calm down. No more highs of day. Tesla, it would have to have a monster move for that. Yeah, I just don't see that happening by tomorrow. New all-time highs in the NASDAQ. Look out. Yeah, just go ahead and turn around and come back down a little bit now. At some point, we're going to get a dump where price just sells off. Can't keep hitting all-time highs every day. VIX 15.13. Honestly, I mean, I've traded lower than that and had done real good with my TLC trades. That was back in 2024. Things were a little different then. You didn't see the one thing I didn't see as much is the big pushes relative to premiums. You know, as Krish posted that article about the pattern day trader rule, I was thinking about that the other night. You know, everybody would love to have that be lower, below 25,000. My wonder though is, I mean, because that would unlock day trading for millions of people. My wonder is, what would that do to SPX 0 DTE trades? Like, what would that do to price action? Having so many more traders, like I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about, Krish. I didn't talk about any new TLC trades. Where did I say anything about it being a change in strategy? You lost me. Was somebody talking about changing their strategy? Nice little red bar came right back down to 63.75. It can just sleep right there. Yeah, if I click on that, it'll kick me out of the live stream. So I'm not sure what. Are you talking about my TLC trade from today? Yeah, I covered that right when just a second ago. I said I hit 20%, and then when I saw this bar pushing up here, I closed it out instead of letting it keep going. I just took the profits. Like, that's what I said. I said normally I would just let it go, let it keep going, let it play out. I'm not. I'm just being more conservative. I mean, this has nothing to do with changing TLC principles. I chose to take my profits instead of get stopped. Like, normally I would just let it play out. I mean, it's nothing. You're overthinking it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been stopped out and then prices immediately reversed in the last 2 months. Like, it's happened. I bet it's happened dozens of times. And so this time, when I saw this bar forming, I was like, all right, I'm fine taking. I just hit 20% profit target. I'm fine just closing this out and moving on to the next trade instead of letting it continue to push up. And, I didn't know this bar was going to happen here. Heck, it could have rolled over right here, and that would have been a bad, thing for me to do. But I was fine with it, even if it would have rolled over right there. But I just wasn't going to let it get stopped and let that, I was like, I'm fine with $825. I think that's what it was. And so I just took it and moved on rather than let that play out. Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about the different, you know, people were talking about whether to continue to trade or have profit targets and then quit overall trading. I mean, it's just, to me, it's like that's a tough question to answer because there's just all kinds of different scenarios. It depends on the scenario you're in. You know, I don't like having, hey, if I make X number of dollars, I'm going to completely stop trading because it could be great setups, and so I'll continue to trade as long as that's happening. But then there's times like this trade here, I was like, well, I'm just going to give up on it because I don't want to get stopped. I want to keep my profits. I'm in a drawdown. I mean, just every scenario is different. It's hard to have a one exact answer to it. You know, everybody's scenarios are different account sizes, all that stuff. Nothing ever wrong with having a green day and just calling it good. I know that. I, I've been green this entire week. And 2 of the 3 days I was green. I've been green all 3 days, but 2 of them I ended up red. It felt like I traded pretty good, pretty conservative. The key is to not have the bad trades that you force. That's the key. Price falling asleep at 75, and that's totally okay with me. Got one Woog is up 40% and one is up 25. Yeah, I'm gonna be right now. I'm red in one account, but green in the other. If I can, if these Woogas can hit, that will really help. Yeah, in terms of whether to just give up trading for the day, I don't necessarily agree with that. But if the setup is right, it's good. I'd keep going, but there's nothing wrong with walking away green either. There you go, Sonia. Nice job back getting some profits back. Man, price sitting right on 63.75. Just stay right there. Don't move. Sonia, are you in the United States, Sonia? Okay, Bay Area. All right. Okay. Male or female? I don't really ask that question very often, but I like to just sometimes when you talk to someone, it's good to know if they're a man or a woman. It's hard to know in here. Oh, nice. It's nice to have some females. Not a ton of female traders out there. Always encourage more females to get into trading. Females are by far smarter than men, so I think females would do really good at trading. Yeah, exactly, Moel. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, yep, yeah. Madam Butterfly, she's been here for a long time. Price coming down just a little bit. Hopefully that 63.75 magnet will pull it right back up. VIX popping up a little bit. It's been trending upward here. Not sure if I want to play Mahomes today or not. Price is in pretty tight range. I'll probably play it with a little bit smaller size, maybe just one or two contracts. Oh, nice. Good deal. Good deal, Sonia. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like having a community that you learn from is that's the number one thing to have. It's hard. It's so hard to do it alone. I mean, that's why when I talk to people, I always tell people that people always ask about our membership, and I'm like, it's pretty worth having the collaborative experience of having everybody to be able to interact with. Got about 20 minutes to the bell. Price coming down a little bit. Need to hold its horses till I can hit some profit targets. Now I got one that's at 41% and one that's at 28. Let's see how we looking. Still looking all right. Needs to slow down though. See, my worry is towards the end of the day, you keep hitting these all-time highs, like you're going to get a dump at some point. You're going to get that. Oh shoot, one of mine was up 40%. Now it's in the red with this down move. That's a bummer. We're getting a little bit of a dump here. Dow down 275. Yeah, 8-point move down in 8-point move down in 12 minutes. No, 5, 10 in 17 minutes. That's not what we want to see. Bummer. Man, I had one that was up 40%, and now it's down 24%, just in a matter of a few minutes. Oh. That's not what I wanted to see with these. Let's get a bounce back. Let's go. Need a good bounce back. Need about 4 points up. Yeah, I've seen on a lot of, you get these all-time highs. You just never know when it's going to say, okay, I'm going to shed some points here. These woogas can really, your P&L can really change dramatically in the last 10 to 15 minutes of the trade. I mean, they can really swing. It's crazy how one can go from it's about 20 cents from hitting profit target to in the red in a matter of a couple minutes. Just need one good push up. Get me right back in it. Still coming down, darn it. Ugh, yeah, it's not what I wanted to see. There. That's ugly. Well, my bot closes it out in 4 minutes. Ugh, this is not what I wanted. What a bummer. What a bummer. Yeah, I had a feeling it earlier today. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, it was on that previous down move. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes through lows of day at some point. Let's see here. Yeah, on this down move here, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if it pushes down through lows of day today, but then it ripped back up. Looks like I need to get the MOC ready. Just trying to bounce a little bit. Higher up, the better. One minute. All right, big number to the downside, and that really kind of hurt my wooga there when it pushed down like that. I had one close out at 38%, one close out at 30%. Why are those not closing out? I have two that aren't closing out. So I just tried to close them out. All right. Now I can get to a Mahomes. Okay, working the 70s. And 65s. Filled on the 70s. So about a break even on my, just looked at my Woogas. They ended up closing out about break even. That's a bummer. They were up a lot. All right, so I'm on the 70s. So we need to move away from 70. My other account got filled on the 70s as well at 205. So both accounts, I'm in the 70s. It was a big sell number. All right. All right. There's my Mahomes. It was like no one DTE for me today, Sonia. $2.3 billion sell side, I think it was. Need to move away from 70. 2.2 billion, yeah. Yesterday was a really small number, and there was a big move at the end. It seemed like a lot of times these MOC numbers really don't hold true to what you think is going to happen. Yeah. Needs to go below 67 for me to break even. VIX, though, shooting up. Just asleep at 70. 2 minutes. Need below 67 here. Time to sell off. Time to sell off, baby. VIX going straight up. Well through highs of day. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. 45 seconds left. Keep coming. NASDAQ falling. Mahomes is at the 20. He's at the 15. To the 10. He's to the 5. 20 seconds. Locked. It's a winner for Mahomes. Again. 3 in a row for Mahomes. 3. Wow. That's sell off. Oh, yeah. Nice winner for Mahomes. That's the third time in a row in the last 30 seconds. He has brought it home, baby. 63.39. That's the winner. I know, right? Just trade the last minute of the last 10 minutes of the day. Yeah, Mahomes is I think it's under the Transformer courses in WAP. It's a butterfly. I basically I don't do the templates. I sell the butterfly and then I buy the verticals on each side, which is in the course. But I think it's under the transformers. All right, guys. Everybody have a great night. We're supposed to get like 5 inches of rain here in Kansas City. Should be beautiful here in a few hours. And I'll see everybody in the morning. Have a good one. Peace.